Hey guys, welcome to Nyonya Cooking. In this video, we are going to cook something delicious, fast and simple. And I know these are the kind of recipes that you guys would love. Now this recipe, I constantly cook it almost every week because it's just so fast and delicious. It's great after work. And this is how to prepare Mapo Tofu. Now this is a tofu recipe, and for those of you who do not like tofu, you have to try this recipe. It's just so delicious. Mapo tofu generally is slightly spicy. My version is slightly sweeter and maybe it's leaning towards the Japanese version. I love this with rice and you know the sauce when it's poured over rice. So delicious. Now let's go and look at the ingredients that we'll need. Chili bean sauce, pork or chicken, ketchup, corn flour as a thickening agent, minced ginger, minced garlic, scallions, and also shiitake mushroom. As for the tofu, I'm using silken tofu. This is the soft tofu. If you like, you can also use harder tofu or more firm tofu. I really like silken tofu with it, but you have to be very careful so that it doesn't smash when you cook. Now on to cooking. It's going to be so fast, you'll be surprised. Start with a hot pan and then add some oil to it. Then we'll proceed with the aromatics, garlic and ginger. Now quickly give it a quick stir fry because you wouldn't want it to burn. And once you can smell the aromatics, we'll add the pork in. Okay, once you can see that the pork is almost cooked, I like to add the shiitake mushroom in and then chili bean sauce. Just let them all come together and we're going to add some water to this. We're going to let this boil. Meanwhile, with the silken tofu, we'll cut them into cubes, but before that, you will need to place a weight on top of the silken tofu to get rid of the excess water. So, using the knife, I'm going to make things really simple. It's a lazy way. So I'm just going to cut this in the middle, place it upwards, and there you go. That's how you cut the tofu into cubes. It's really a very fast and simple way. Now that it's boiling, we're going to slowly, carefully slide this silken tofu in. Again, we're going to let it boil, but this time do not forget ketchup as well. We're going to add it into the gravy. Now this really adds a sweetness to this dish, and that's what I really like. If you like Sichuan pepper, you can always add it to your dish to give it a bit more kick. Now once it's boiling vigorously, that's when you do the taste test. Okay, good. I just need a bit of salt and a bit of sugar just to balance the spiciness. At the moment, it's more on the spicy side. And salt. Now to thicken the gravy, I'm going to add a bit of cornstarch slurry. So the cornstarch, we'll add it with water. Mix it well and then pour it all over. There. And I'm also going to have scallions poured over. Now once you do this, switch the stove off. You know you're ready when the gravy has thickened, so remove it from the stove and you're ready to dish this out. There you go, the dish is now completed, and if you have all the ingredients prepared way ahead, you only need less than 10 minutes to cook this. It's so fast, delicious. You have your vegetables, you have meat, you have tofu, everything in one, and yeah, it's good to go. You can either just eat this or have it with another dish of vegetable, just to have a bit more vegetable in your meal. And now, of course, I have to taste it. Oh, I love it with rice. Look at that. Look at the sauce and the rice mixing together in harmony. This is comfort food. You know, you come back after a long day of work, you just want something fast, and then eating out would be too expensive or unhealthy, and here you know what you have in your meal. I just love recipes like this. It's slightly spicy, but as I promised, it has some sweetness to it. Now the spiciness comes from the chili bean paste or the chili bean sauce, and that is really the core or the heart to Mapo Tofu. You can omit the ketchup if you like, but I really like the extra sweetness that ketchup contributes, and just balance it with a bit of salt and sugar. There you go guys, a very quick and delicious recipe. Now it's so simple that I'm sure all of you could recreate this, and once you have recreated the recipes on Nyonya Cooking, remember to head to nyonyacooking.com and go directly to the recipes. Right at the bottom of the recipe you have a button to upload the photos of recipes that you have tried, and that way you can also inspire others to cook. I can't wait to see them, and also join me on Instagram and also Facebook, where I'm constantly very active on social media. So I can't wait to talk to you over there, and meanwhile give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this recipe and subscribe to Nyonya Cooking if you have not. Till then, happy cooking!